Hello, this is Janet Michael. In addition to hosting The Valley Today each weekday at noon on the River 95.3, I also produce podcasts, and I'm excited to introduce you to a new podcast series in partnership with Lord Fairfax Community College. Having provided higher education and career training for the past half-century, LFCC is tightly interwoven into the fabric of the Northern Shenandoah Valley and Piedmont regions. Join me every week for conversations with current and former students to hear their funny and inspiring stories as we learn about their journey to higher education, the role that LFCC has played, where they are now, and where they plan to go. We'll also talk to current and former professors about their experiences and best memories of LFCC over the past 50 years. Get every single episode as they're released on our website at theriver953.com under the podcast tab, or you can subscribe for free in Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, on Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search for LFCC Stories. Hello and welcome to The Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Tuesday as you are listening to the show today. It is Tourism Tuesday and it is Clarke County's turn at the mic. For today's episode, we are on the Zoom screen with Karie Griffin. She is the market manager for Clarke County Farmersʼ Market. And my regular listeners know last week, Karie, I joked that I was going to start willing spring into existence and you were going to be my first guest kicking off spring, regardless of what that rodent of a groundhog had to say.
Janet, we are right there with you here at the Clarke County Farmersʼ Market. We are so eager to get plans underway. We've already got the executive committee team members corralled, and we've opened up our vendor selection process, and we're excited to get everything up and ready for our 2021 season beginning in May. So yeah, we're real eager.
And I think sometimes that's a misconception for people, because planning for this farmer's market pretty much does happen year round. This isn't something where you decide in April, oh, we're going to open next month. Maybe we should start figuring out what's going to go where. You guys are working on this all year.
You're absolutely right. We actually, the season ends in October each year, and then we do a holiday market right before the holidays. So we take a breather right around Christmas, New Year's. But mid-January, we're open back up, meeting, discussing vendor selection, the location of the market, all the processes that are involved in putting together this market, sponsor selection, things like that. So yes, we've already had 2 meetings to start the planning process, and we're underway. We just opened up our software package to have vendors start applying within the last week. So we're excited about that.
Now, I know that last year was, a pivot for you guys, that you had to move locations. There were a lot of things that were different about the Clarke County Farmers Market last year. I have long since said that it is my favorite farmers market in the area, and I loved the new location, the new layout. How much of that is going to stay in 2021?
Well, that's one of the first things, obviously, we've started working on, and we are in the approval process right now to stay in the same location as last year at the Clarke County Public School Administration Building at 317 West Main Street in downtown Berryville. We had to pivot last year from our old location next to the Dollar General at the John Rick Seymour parking lot for basically COVID reasons was the main driver. We needed more room to social distance and to be able to follow the Virginia protocols for farmers markets during a pandemic. So yes, we scrambled last year to make the move, and successfully, we had to open late. We didn't open until June last year, but we were able to, implement all the processes and protocols that we needed to, and safely open with the social distancing and all the requirements necessary. So we hope to maintain that location because there is still a lot of concern in the community regarding coronavirus. So we want to keep things as safe as possible. And we hope to have all the approvals in place this month.
I really like that location. COVID aside, to me, it felt like it was a bigger space to have more of a wider range of vendors. You had really easy access to parking for people that were coming to visit. It's right there on Main Street. I mean, it checked so many boxes for me, COVID and social distancing aside, that I was kind of secretly hoping that that would be the new home from now on.
We are so happy to hear you say that, and we feel the same way. We we loved our old location downtown because we were close to a lot of the downtown businesses, but this is not that much farther away. There's great sidewalk access for people who want to walk. The parking is much better and safer. You know, everything's kind of maintained within that administrative building parking lot area. Um, and we do have room to expand. Our holiday market, we were well over 30 vendors. And just a few years ago, we were just topping out at maybe 16 or 17. So we're growing. We expect to continue to grow. And we love the fact that we have this area with ample space. And when COVID allows us to do events again, yeah, we're looking forward to that as well. We'll be able to expand back in the grassy area, we think, and do some great events.
One of the things that I love about the market is it's not just a farmer's market in the sense that it's produce and it's fruit and it's those sorts of things. You've got a really wide variety of things for people to be able to purchase when they walk through the market.
We absolutely do. In the past, we have, well, and we will continue this year, but we have local vendors that supply us with a variety of meats, fresh pork, fresh beef. We have cheeses, we have breads, we have wonderful baked goods, we have bedded plants, we have shrubs, shrubbery. There's many artisan crafts like wood turnings and teas. We have just a wonderful array of products and offerings. We're gonna this year have obviously return vendors such as Macintosh Fruit Farm.
Mm-hmm.
They have wonderful fresh fruit, and Chili Hollow in their produce. Audley Farm with their 100% all natural Black Angus beef.
Best steaks ever.
Yes. And Persimmon Ridge Farm with their all natural pork, and Sweet Elephant Bake Shop. We can't forget about them. They just opened a new shop downtown, and we were worried that they might not come back to the market, but she's going to be there for us. So we're really excited about that.
That's awesome. She's on my short list when things open back up again to get her on a radio show. And I want to go there to record it so I can eat my way all the way through the recording.
Yes, you definitely need to do that. Her stuff is awesome. She has a great following.
Did you have any sense, going into last year, what vendors were going to look like? I mean, did you have a lot of vendors that were like, you know what, we're just not comfortable? Or was it more, we're in, you make it safe and we're going to be there?
The majority of the vendors said, if you can make it safe, we want to be there. There were a few, obviously, that had health concerns. And that's, it's totally understandable. That's going to happen. But the majority of our vendors said, if you can, make it so we can socially distance and make it safe for the community, we want to be there. And they turned out for us. I mean, we had, some of our vendors have said they've had one of their best years ever last year. And I credit that to all the work the executive committee put into making it a safe space and the vendors who showed up to help us make it that way.
Now, do you think you'll continue with the live music? I think when the couple of times that we were there last year, they were playing off to the side, but there was live music, which just kind of adds to the whole atmosphere as you're wandering around and shopping.
Absolutely. Yes. Chili Hollow, Justin at Chili Hollow, he's on our executive committee, and he every year works really hard at putting together a list of fantastic local musicians who come each week and play for a few hours free to the public. And we will continue that this year. We set them up down by the food truck area so that if people want to grab a breakfast or a lunch and listen to some music while they're walking around. At our old location, we were able to put out tables and have seating areas, but with the social distancing, we had to restrict that last year, but we're hoping that there'd be space for people to put down a blanket if they want, and socially distance and enjoy some food and the live music. Yes, we're going to have that again.
Yay, I'm excited. Well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, can we talk a little bit more about some of the vendors that are going to be coming back? And I want to hear a little bit about the logistics, because this also isn't something that you just throw together. I mean, there's a lot of thought and planning that goes into it. Can we talk about some behind the scenes stuff?
Sure, that'd be great.
We're going to do all of that when we come back. We are on the Zoom screen today with Karie Griffin. She is the market manager for the Clarke County Farmers Market. They are going to be opening up in May. We're going to come back and talk more with her here on Tourism Tuesday.
Got a financial decision to make or a goal to reach, but you don't know where to start? You've come to the right place. Introducing Quick Money Chats with the Northern Shenandoah Valley Financial Education Program. Visit tinyurl.com/Quick Money Chat to schedule a virtual chat with a staff member or trained volunteer. We won't tell you what to do, but we will give you the tools you need to choose wisely. And because Virginia Cooperative Extension is part of Virginia Tech and Virginia State, your land-grant universities, you can be sure that our information is credible and trustworthy. And you'll know that we aren't trying to sell you something. Maybe you want to improve your credit score, or reduce your banking overdraft fees, or even figure out if you can afford to buy that car. Sorting through tons of information on the internet can be overwhelming, and sometimes it can be hard to know who to trust. Schedule a Quick Money Chat and get the information you need to take action. Go to tinyurl.com/Quick Money Chat and get financial education personalized for you.
Welcome back to the Valley today. I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Tuesday as you are listening to the show today. It is Tourism Tuesday, and it is Clarke County's turn at the mic. So we are on the Zoom screen with Karie Griffin. She is the market manager for the Clarke County Farmers Market. And Karie, we mentioned, we were talking in the first segment about the planning that goes on. And you referenced the executive committee. Everybody there kind of has a role, and they're all working on different things that I don't think a lot of us even realize have to happen before you throw open the doors and say, hey, we're open for the season.
Absolutely. Yes, Janet. When we kick off in January, there's a group of 5 or 6 of us that sit down and really go through all the different areas that need to be addressed for the year regarding vendor selection, location, and if there's any special requirements for that location, sponsorship, the music that we provide for everyone. If there's any issues that we need to work with, with the town of Berryville, and then we go through marketing and budgets, and there's a whole host of things that we outline in the month of January, where we have a timeline of what we need to accomplish in order to meet that opening day marker. And right now we're in the throes of that, just having opened our vendor application process.
The one thing I love about the market too is that there aren't a bunch of vendors doing the same thing. There's a really wide variety, and there may be 1 or 2 that are offering something similar, because it is fruits and vegetables to a certain degree, that sort of stuff. Do you accept vendors from outside of Berryville, Clarke County, or is it just Berryville, Clarke County people?
We accept vendors from Berryville, Clarke County, and the immediate surrounding areas. There are times for select product offerings that we've gone outside of that area, but priority is always given for local farmers, producers, and artisans within our community. Clarke County, Frederick County, that immediate area. So that product priority is given for that. And you're right about the product selection. We try not to saturate our market, so that those farmers who are participating, do well with their business. And we try to have a wide variety as much as possible.
I discovered last year, and maybe they've been there in the past and I haven't seen them, but I discovered my new favorite candle person
Ah,
because they had some really cool candles that were in little metal tins, which I absolutely loved. So that's the other
wonderful.
piece of it is there's that kind of cool stuff there too, in
Absolutely.
addition to being able to buy fruits and vegetables and get my steaks from Audley Farm for the summer and all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. We do have a host of wonderful vendors with a variety of services as well. We have one great vendor, Shenandoah chef, who comes in who offers food catering service, private, services like that. We have the Sanctuary in Berryville, who offers a wide variety of wellness products and services. And then of course the artisans are great too. So yes, we have we continue to grow and we have a wide variety of offerings for the community. So we're excited about that.
And I know, it doesn't cost anything for me. I don't have to pay like a fee at the door to get in and walk through the market, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't cost anything for the market to happen in and of itself. Because I know you guys have sponsors. One of them, of course, is my bank, Bank of Clarke County. But what's involved with being a sponsor of the market and how helpful is that?
Oh, we could not do what we do without our sponsors. And we have some very wonderful sponsors like Bank of Clarke County, Broy and Sons, Mid-Atlantic Farm Credit. These businesses have come back year after year to help support us. And that money goes a long way to making happen what happens uh, every Saturday at the market, from the live musics to any events, to the assistance with the advertising, the banners. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. We had to switch locations last year for COVID, and we had to put in some electrical capability that we didn't have prior. We didn't have outdoor bathroom facilities, so we had to arrange for that. All of these expenses come up. Of course, we do have vendor fees at the market as well, but they don't cover everything that needs to be covered. And like I said, our sponsors are incredible. And if anyone out there would like to become a sponsor, you can go to our website at clarkecountyfarmersmarket.com. And we have a link to becoming a sponsor, and it shows you the different levels and the different benefits that you receive from being a sponsor of the market.
And the vendors that you have, you've had some that have been with you for years and years and years.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, like I said, Audley Farm has been with the market from the beginning. They're right there on Route 7 as you come out of Berryville, and they're a Black Angus beef farm. So they provide some great beef. We have McIntosh Fruit Farm. They've been, I think, with the market from the beginning since before I was with it. Wonderful apples, berries, pies. I mean, they have so much. They're incredible. We've got Chili Hollow Farm, who has just the best produce. They're off of Chili Hollow in that area down close to the Shenandoah. Persimmon Ridge Farm, and their pork products, their sausage, their bacon is incredible.
We got some of that last year for the first time, and I have been dying to get more. I really need to reach out to some of these places in the off season because I'm sure they're probably still selling their stuff because Audley has its own little mini market when the farmers market isn't open, don't they?
They do. When the farmers market ends at the end of October, Audley pivots and on Saturday mornings provides a farm stand Saturday mornings at their location at 752 Audley Lane. They're open from 9 to 12 on Saturdays. And we sometimes have other vendors come in like Persimmon Ridge Farm, who has pork, and Harview Cheese. Sweet Elephant Bake Shop often has product there as well.
My husband got a beer cheese from Harview when we were there last year, and he just ranted and raved over it and then complained that it was gone too soon. And I said, well, I told you should have bought two, but he didn't want to listen to me then. He'll listen to me this year.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So the market is set to open in May. When in May does it open?
We are scheduled to open May 1st. and our hours are from 8 a.m. until noon every week, every Saturday. And we run rain or shine through the end of October. And we are very excited to get the season up and running.
And you're still waiting for your final approval, but the assumption is that you're going to be at the Clarke County School Administrative Building there on Main Street again this year.
Absolutely. Yes, that is our hope and our expectation. And for anyone, that wants to follow us closer to the season to know what vendors are coming in or if any events we're going to have available, we do put out a newsletter every week prior to the market, which lets people know what to expect at that market that Saturday. And it's available on our website as well.
I don't think I get the newsletter. I've got to go sign up for that.
Well, that would be great. All you have to do is provide your email and you'll start getting it the week before the May 1st market opening.
And you mentioned earlier too that right now the vendor application process is open. So if somebody is listening and they have something that they think would be of value to you to offer at the market, where do they go to apply to be a vendor?
By all means. We also have a link on our website, clarkecountyfarmersmarket.com, that talks, just click on vendors. There's a link to how to become a vendor. We are set up in Manage My Market, which is a software package that a lot of markets around here use, that www.managemymarket.com. And if you register there and go in, there's no cost to do that. You'll see all the available markets in the area that you can apply for, and we will be listed there.
Well, that's even better for a lot of business, a lot of places that didn't even know that was an option. That's kind of cool.
Yes, but for the markets that use that software, they would be listed there.
Fantastic. And you guys also have a Facebook. Do you have an Instagram? Do you have any other social media outlets?
We are on Instagram and we are on Facebook.
So that's always a good way to keep up and know what's going on there too.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Well,
and
Karie,
we have an email too, if there's any questions, and it's simply, manager@clarkecountyfarmersmarket.com. So.
And I'll remind everybody, Clarke has an E on the end.
Yes.
You don't want to be sending it to like Clarke County, Nevada or something.
Correct.
Karie, thank you for taking some time today to have this conversation with me. I am willing spring into existence because I am already thinking about what I'm going to buy at Clarke County Farmers Market in May.
Wonderful. We're very excited too. Thank you for having us.
I will be back tomorrow. I'll have a brand new episode of The Valley Today ready to go for you. It is the Valley Business Today, Luray Page County edition. And don't get creeped out because it's really a cool conversation. I've already recorded it, but we are chatting with Roseanne Smythe from the Friends of Green Hill Cemetery. They are working on refurbishing, I guess you could say, that cemetery. We're going to talk a little bit about that on the show tomorrow. So meet me back here just a few minutes after noon.